Personal finance can be a touchy subject. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the amount of data we have at our disposal, whether it's books, blogs, or YouTube videos. You could read about money management for hours and still have little to show for it. But on the other hand, money does not have to be a huge challenge. A few money principles can make or break your financial future, many of which I'm about to share in this video. So if you haven't already subscribed, I post videos every week for entrepreneurs looking to seek financial freedom, so definitely keep watching. 1. Pay yourself first and don't compare to others. It's important to remember that at all times, you should know where your money is going. Even if it's difficult at times, having systems in place to ensure that you remain a priority is critical. Paying yourself first is such a simple concept, but it's one that many people overlook or never consider at all. Essentially, you ensure that money flows into your investments or savings by paying yourself first. Paying yourself is simple in theory, but it can be difficult if your priorities aren't in order. This leads to the next strategy. When it comes to money, don't compare yourself to others. All this means is that you shouldn't worry about what other people have or are buying. Trying to keep up with others or feeling obligated to live their way of life can lead to financial disaster. Going into debt or having no money just to feel like you belong is a nightmare for your finances. If you overspend to keep up with the latest trends, I promise eventually you will be straddled with debt, so ignore the hype for a moment because living up to society's wealth standards can be costly and wealthy people are only concerned with their definition of financial success. 2. Spend less than you make. This is by far the most important principle, and it is unquestionably the most basic common sense concept you can employ. You will only be successful if your monthly revenue exceeds your monthly cost. Rather than living paycheck to paycheck or falling deeper into debt because you can't pay your bills, you can save money by spending less than you earn. A common piece of advice is to save at least 20% of your salary in a high quality bank account. That's a reasonable amount for most people, but you should save even more if you can for unexpected expenses. If you're constantly overspending and living beyond your means, you will never reach your full potential. 3. Plan for emergencies. Emergencies can't be avoided and they can be quite costly if you aren't prepared. There are 2 ways to prepare for unexpected costs. Putting money in a savings account to save for a rainy day, and also make sure you have all of the necessary insurance coverages and any unexpected expenses will be covered by the money in your emergency fund, and in an ideal world, your emergency fund would cover 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. It takes a long time to save that much money. However, any money saved is better than none at all. Basically, open up a savings account, make a monthly deposit of as much as you can to start building your emergency fund. Also, people frequently skip out on insurance only to regret it later when faced with a huge hospital bill. You should at the very least have one of each of these, and that's healthcare coverage, renters or homeowners insurance, and auto insurance. 4. Improve your credit score. Whether you like it or not, your credit score can have a significant impact on your daily life. Your credit score will be huge if you ever want to get one of the best credit cards or borrow money at a low interest rate. Not only that, but your credit score can have an impact on your insurance premiums as well. It says whether you must pay a deposit to set up utilities, and even if you will be hired for certain jobs. Despite all the ins and outs of credit ratings, the good news is that improving your credit score is not difficult. In order to establish a responsible borrowing record, you only need to use a credit card and pay it off each month. Credit cards with security features are a great place to start. If you've had problems getting approved before, simply make sure you pay your bills on time and don't overextend your credit limit. That is basically the foundation of a great credit score. 5. Maximize your income. The best way to save more money is to increase your income rather than pinch pennies. Despite the fact that it is not widely discussed in the world of personal finance, cutting back on expenses could only save you so much money. Obviously, a few slashes here and there will help you save money, but it won't last. You'll eventually run out of cuts to choose from, and rather than trying to budget your way to wealth, you should look for ways to make more money. Asking for a raise, finding a better paying job, freelancing, or starting a side hustle are all options for increasing your income. 6. Financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. Nobody ever becomes wealthy in a single day. It will take a long time to develop good habits and discipline. If you keep looking for the instant fix or get lost in the get-rich-quick schemes, you'll never be able to reach your full financial potential. Most of the time, these people probably got lucky, they won the lottery, or stumbled on an inheritance where money was passed down from their older generation. The chances of any of those happening to you are slim, so don't count on it in order to become wealthy. 7. Only pay with cash. The simplest way to avoid credit card debt is to repeat this phrase over and over again. Waiting until you have the funds to make major purchases pays off more than spending money you don't have. The only problem with this is everyone these days wants that instant gratification and will do anything to get it. If you can learn the discipline it takes to only pay with cash, you will see drastic changes in your financial success. 8. Protect yourself at all costs. Your financial foundation may suddenly disintegrate if you don't have the necessary safeguards in place. You should try to protect every aspect of your life's work, from material possessions like your home to your most valuable asset and yourself. Protecting yourself means don't fall for any money Ponzi's or get rich overnight scams. Most people are only looking out for themselves when it comes to money, so be wary when it sounds too good to be true. 9. Time is your most precious asset. Don't kid yourself into thinking you've got time to catch up. Not only does it take time for your money to grow, but it also takes time for it to recover from setbacks. The longer you invest your money, the more likely you are to succeed financially. It is critical to make wise investments now so you don't regret it down the road. 10. Lead the life you desire. Wealthy people understand the why behind their wealth. You should understand yours as well. Why do you work, invest, or do anything at all with your money? Your responses will differ, but the bottom line is that you should be able to live the life that you want. That is basically the true objective, to make your money work for you so that you can reach your financial goals. However, you must begin with the question why. You have nothing to gain if you don't have something to fight for. You can't live peacefully with your money because there is nothing to guide you.